Welcome to Bob and a Bike. A new website set up because I'm going away soon, 2 weeks time. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going yet, we're going to save that just for a little while. That'll be exciting, I can tell you that much. So today we're out a ride local around to near where I live. Try and learn how to use all this camera equipment I've got. Been experimenting with them, and while I can get the video good, sometimes the audio track it degrades terribly when I put it into a editing program, and I haven't figured that out yet. So here we go again, back out on the road for another go. See if we can't get it correct this time. I'm beginning to suspect that it might be something to do with the length of the videos that I'm actually trying to edit, and I'm not convinced of that yet. So what we're going to do today, just for somewhere to go, got to go and pick down to one of the local outdoorsy shops, and I'm going to pick up a microfiber towel. I've never owned one of those, so that'll be something new to buy. And we'll show you a little bit about where I live in the process. I live in the North Waikato in New Zealand. The town we're heading to now will be a town called Pukekohe. We'll go through one or two villages along the way. Well, I call them villages, small towns. This is a beautiful part of the world. This is all wetlands to my left. You can't really see them because of the bushes. It does open up though, and then it goes into hills and trees on my right. And also farmland, dairy farming mostly. There's a few sheep around, mostly dairy though. If you can see it, the paddock over there is all flooded out. Had a lot of rain just recently in this area, which is good for the paddocks, makes them nice and green. views. I'm very lucky I get to travel this road twice a day for work. It leads out onto a motorway unfortunately, but you can't have everything in life, I suppose. We've got river on our right that you can't see yet, but you will at the moment, and wetlands on our left there. And this is like a bit of a causeway thing going straight through the middle, I suppose you could call it. There's the river, very, very high. It's flooded the paddock there. It's a one-lane bridge. Very common in New Zealand. We've got wetlands across there. Again, very high water level in the wetlands. Got a rail crossing here without any barriers, again very common in New Zealand. Does have lights and bells, but you do need to keep an eye on what's going on. They have been known to not work. Another flooded paddock there. That one actually never dries up. It used to be dry when we first moved to the area 6 or 7 years ago, but the last 3 years I don't think that's ever been without water in it. And here's the motorway. Over on my left here we've got the mighty Waikato River, biggest river in New Zealand. There it is, and again that's in flood. Hopefully we'll get a better view of it shortly. There. We've got just a short hop along the motorway here. Then we're going to take off, going through a little town called Pokeno. About another probably 5k's up, I think. Not very far. Here we go, just come off the motorway, heading into Pokeno here. This used to be all there was of Pokeno, really. A few houses, these few shops here. But the last 3 or 4 years, it's got extremely busy and really built up with housing. Indication of just how big Pokeno has got. They've rebuilt the local primary school there. The beautiful building, just opened last year I think it was. And there's all the housing, it goes on for miles. It's just a little bit of it. Go back out of town. More new housing there. That was all built on wetland, that. I'm not really sure how that's going to go in all this rain that we've been having. I imagine the gardens are going to get a bit wet. So here we are in a place called Tuakau. This is quite a big town, but we're not actually going to go through the high street of it. There's a lot, so it's quite spread out. It's got a reasonable high street, isn't it? With most things, I think you get most things here if you lived here. But where we're going to, Pukekohe, is only 10 minutes down the road, and that's a big town. You get everything you need there. Enterprising little place there. Bit of a garden farming thing going on for the locals, I think. Again, really lovely views. Although it's a bit overcast now, a bit of rain, a bit hazy. The little town of, or village of Buckland. Again, not very much here because it's right on the edge of Pukekohe where we're going. So there's lots of houses here, but they would go 3 or 4 minutes into Pukekohe for all their shopping needs and purchases. Here we are in Pukekohe. Very busy place. Well, busy by New Zealand rural standards anyway. Just about everything you ever want in Pukekohe. It's really handy. It is a ways from home, but it's you're pretty much guaranteed to get what you want though if you come here. We're going in here to the outdoorsy type shop.